Bloody man.
We're live. We're live.
Are live.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hey. Hello, everybody.
Jesus. I can't wait to get my new laptop. Welcome, everybody. We're here with NK Hauntings. I'm going to strangle the guy that owns StreamYard, but don't worry about that. But listen, guys, I would like to tell us a bit about yourselves, guys, and we'll wait for a couple of minutes and then let it fill up a wee bit, okay?
Right. We've got all our usuals come in. We'll let them all come in and comment.
Let's just talk for a second or two. It's weird because I get an email for this is note of caution. If any is day live streaming and you use StreamYard, watch what kind of device you're using it on. See if are you going live. When are you going live next?
Next week we'll be hopefully going live. But yeah, we'll probably go live just straight off YouTube.
Right. What you using? Are you using StreamYard?
No, YouTube. They don't need to share. They don't need to share a screen or anything. So I agree now.
Aye, they'll be all right then.
Aye, you'll be okay if you're using YouTube, girls.
Yeah. Hey, Renee.
Then welcome, my friend.
There we go. Welcome, guys. It's filling up before we've got. Look at this. So as I can comment and watch the chat.
Just let you all come in. Let you all enter the room. Just don't blame me if my dog barks.
Your dogs can bark if you want, because mine they do. My dog will bark. My dog's doing the stairs.
Welcome, Eli.
Hey, Eli. I've not seen you in ages, Eli. Hope you're keeping
Eli
okay.
goes quite a lot of the chats I go into. Actually, I see Eli just about every day of the week, don't I, Eli? I see you daily, my friend. And he always says hello. What's evening, Greedy? That's right, it's actually evening.
Aye, because he's in Texas, isn't he? He's in Texas. Yep. He's got the lovely weather.
Yes.
The sun.
He was. I think it was Greedy that was telling us last night, wasn't it, girls? When you were on you were in my chat that it was 65 degrees or something. I was like, wow, we're at -3.
Okay.
Oh,
no, it's actually -4 this time.
And Shrimp's here.
Hey, Shell. Hey, Shrimp. See, we're getting all the gang in. We're getting all the groovy gang in.
Yeah, we're getting all the faves in. We'll just give you time to get into the room, guys and girls. Hiya, this is not working on the Xbox. Says 7 waiting. It was because we were late, Shell. You're maybe just
no. It's the day with StreamYard.
Did you share the new one? I shared the new one.
Yeah, it's. I just get an email for StreamYard there saying that they're having problems with their servers at the moment.
That's because the whole world's gone live at the minute.
See, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. It was fine when I got all the free StreamYard, right? But when I started paying for it, it all went
crazy. Right, well, we'll be paid for it.
Do you know that?
We'll be paid.
Do you know that? Ever since I paid for it, it started going wonky.
See, I'm a bit wary of Facebook anyway, Chris, because every time I was going on to Facebook doing lives, like maybe the Spirit Box or Card, we get a lot of trolls on Facebook, and I can't be bothered with all that, so I stopped it.
Yeah, you do, especially. I'm going to share it on my Facebook page too. I
shared it on Twitter as well a wee while ago.
That's what Nikki's doing. She's putting it on Twitter at the minute.
Right, yeah. Just let you all get into the room, guys and girls.
I would like to let it fill up a minute. Because then folk will come in 10 minutes. Because the folk will come in 10 minutes and we're halfway through.
Scotland, we -3 again tonight.
Aye, -3.
What are you, NK?
We are
up at -3.
A weather station across me.
You're a wee bit further down the way, right enough.
We're always a wee bit warmer. Not by much, but
not by much.
Like anyway.
Nice. It's bloody cold. Honestly, it's chilly. Got on TV now, but video won't play on my Xbox. Shell, even
everybody's having bothers.
Hi, Catherine.
Everybody's having problems.
Shell was having trouble.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to tonight, guys, because I want to ask some interesting questions. As long as I don't steal Drew's.
Yeah, what did I tell you? I've got a full book here. There's about 100 questions on it that I wrote down. So anything that you want to ask, you can You know me anyway. I can blether for Scotland. I can be an Olympic athlete.
Beauty of curiosity, what's your dog's names?
Charlie and Perry.
Charlie's a girl, Perry's a boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
You never take them ghost hunting
We've taken Charlie. Yeah.
Aye.
Don't think
because
Terry would be able to
'cause-
handle it.
All right,
'cause
2
my-
seconds, Carol. We'll just put the hang off. 2 wee seconds.
no problem.
Oh, but-
Because spirits, because dogs see spirits, and
Yeah.
I've noticed that with my one. She sits and stares.
We one of our first videos, which was in Maggie Murphy's Lane, we
Yeah.
took Charlie with us, and now this was what our third or second or third video.
Mhm.
So we were really, really proper scaredy cats back then. So she just had us up to high
There you
low.
go,
'Cause she
yeah.
yeah.
I put you there because you're the main guest for tonight, so I'll give you that.
Oh, down the bottom.
Aye, right. I tell you what, I'm going to ask you a question,
Hello.
right? While it fills up, right? I've got a question.
We're going.
What would you say?
He always says hello to yous all, by the way. He was just done grabbing the
Huh?
tray for big ciggies.
I've got a question. I've got to ask this, right? What would you say was the scariest thing you've ever seen in your ghost hunting career?
I know mine's. What are yours? Mine's would be the whenever the Ouija board actually worked.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to ask you about that so
Mm.
much. Carol. That was one of our first questions to you.
Tell us about it.
See it?
Tell us about
I
it.
tell them about it,
Tell
Carol,
us,
please.
We were over in my cousin's house. You know Caitlin that was in the videos a while out.
Mhm.
She was having issues with her house, and she got in contact with 3 previous owners who was having all sorts of issues. So we decided to investigate her house. We wanted to do everything, all the equipment, and the Ouija board. It wasn't actually planned to be the main focus of that video, but obviously it worked. So then it turned out to be more or less the whole. Was it the whole video? Apart
It
from
was
a
more or
couple-
less the whole video.
a
Yeah.
couple of.
Well, you started with the spirit box, didn't you, girls? And it
Oh,
was
really?
said-
Actually,
no, was it no the K2 meter? And you were asking, should we play the Ouija board? Should we not? And every time you asked, should we play the Ouija board? And it was lighting up as if they were really, really wanting you to play the Ouija board, weren't they? So the spirits kind of pushed you into it.
really,
Because I
really.
know you were a
Adam.
bit wary, Nicky, weren't you? You weren't wanting to do it at all, weren't you, no, Nicky?
I've always been wary of the Ouija
I've
board.
always been weary, and I think because we're Irish as well, there's so people here are really traditional. So
Mhm.
boards are like a big kind of no.
Forbidden.
And obviously we had done it previous, and we always said we would never lie, and we always said we would never fake anything. So
Yeah.
our previous video of the Ouija board was literally just us sitting for 30 minutes, and we had to fast forward it because we sat for
Yeah.
nearly an hour and a half, and nothing happened at all. So we were kind of like, oh, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to, and then it.
And I was skeptical anyway, but that just made me even more skeptic whenever it didn't work. But then obviously,
Yeah,
That
and then
changed.
everything
You
changed.
maybe think that the person that stood in that house before, your cousin was maybe playing with the Ouija board and things, though, because the spirits seem to be really keen to get you on that board. And I thought these spirits have used that board before for to know, no, it's Ouija board. Do you know?
Caitlin's on this chat, but I know that she never used a Ouija board on that
No, I
house.
wouldn't imagine Caitlin would, but I would think that maybe somebody in the house before her has maybe done it.
I don't know.
I've always been wary.
Used
Mhm.
it before-
I've
before-
seen what they could do. I've no used it, but I've been with people that's used it. I was with my mum, my dad, my brother, and his wife, and they were using it, and I was watching them, and they all were kidding on with each other. This is years ago.
Right.
They were all kidding on with each other.
Yeah, that's the
They were
worst
being
thing.
stupid with it. They were being stupid with it. They were lifting the glass up, blowing it with smoke, putting it back down again, and then it started telling them things. I'm not going to go into it because they might be watching. And it started getting into things, and none of them knew. And I vowed never to touch it again. I never touched it anyway, but
Well, I'm actually trying to get Ouija Pop, the Ouija man himself on. He's called Ouija Pop. His name's Ryan
Mhm.
Esfitch, and he's on
Yes.
YouTube. and he's taught me everything to do with the Ouija board. I've even got his book and everything, and the Ouija board still doesn't work for me at all. It will move like very, very, very slow, but you get fed up waiting because it is going so slow. So I just always end up saying goodbye and going back to the spirit box. But I've actually tried to get him to come on my channel to interview him, but he's just that busy just now. But I will try and get him on to explain to you maybe just where you go wrong. Because see when you go wrong, I don't mean it like that. See when you are like sitting with the Ouija board and you are saying, don't take your hand off. No, you can't take your hand off the Ouija board, girls. Honestly, you can take it off. See, as long as you say before, put all your intent to say it. The rules before you start, like you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. We will be taking our hand off the board at certain points. Don't be using it as a chance to possess anything like that. As long as you are strong.
See, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of, because I listen to a lot of radio stations. I've got a lot of friends that do radio stations, and I have a lot of people that know about these things. And I've listened to like demonologists, and I'm learning that now. I'm learning demonology now, right?
Stuff,
Aye, and I've been doing it for a couple of months now, and you need to watch. There's one demon in particular that you will get. You will get.
Is it?
So they go out and they shut the board down straight away.
I'll get a clue.
It went to Z.
You should never. Z.
Came through.
It came through for us.
You should never.
That's why we stopped. That's why we
went
stopped.
to goodbye before it finished.
We're really unsure of like, were we the whole time communicating with this? So we asked who are we communicating with, and the board started to spell out the O-R, and we thought, is it Dorothy or Doris? And so we're really unclear, as in, were we actually ever talking to Dorothy or Doris? Was it this demon the whole time? But the more we talk about it, we think that we were actually talking to someone who had previously maybe passed away, and that demon hijacked.
Yeah, because did you see the difference in the speed?
It was
going. It was going just nice and casual, and then as soon as that happened, it was like pew.
I've seen your video.
You need to watch it. What's it called? Can you remember what you tagged it as? Titled it as? Sorry.
Our video.
A Ouija board worked.
The Ouija board worked, yeah.
I'm going to look
it,
that
honestly, if you please, when you go for this stream, go to it and watch it. It's really
I'll link it into the video.
Ouija board station I've ever seen.
Ouija board up there,
That's the Ouija board.
See, because I trust the girls, and I know that they would never fake anything. They're the most genuine lasses you'll ever meet. They wouldn't fake it, and you know by their faces that you were really scared. In fact, Kim, you get scared, and it's not like you to get scared.
I know.
You even got.
Since I started getting into this kind of stuff, I used to watch Ghost Adventures all the time. Right? That's the only channel I ever watched. The only ones I liked. Ken, to be honest with you, yous and other YouTubers, a couple others, are the best at it. It's all money. It's all to do with money now, and it's all to do with advertisement. They're all multi-millionaires.
They don't care.
And I do think some of the shit that they've made.
We do it.
We were bored in lockdown. That's literally why we started it.
We started, and we watched. We watched other YouTubers, and we were saying that has to be fake, or like, how do we know that that's real? So we were like, why do it ourselves?
But you can tell with your faces, girls. You're like,
I like the whistling one.
Has anything else happened for that? Is her house cleared, or is she still having problems? Is the problems increased?
Caitlin and the
she's
comments.
in the comments. As far as I know,
Caitlin, that's her in.
Happened.
I like.
Okay, well, I don't know how you could stay there after that Ouija board session, Hen. Honestly, I would have to say everything.
I like the one that you did with the whistling, and you don't know where it's coming from. You get the one I'm talking about. It's because you're like, where's that coming from? And you're like, where's it coming from? Because the two of you are standing there.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was kind of from all around us. It was coming from, like, it would, come from over here, and then it would a couple of seconds later it would kind of be sounding like it was from somewhere else. It was really, really weird. It was really,
I
really
know,
odd.
it was really good. Girls, you do really well, honestly. I cannot praise you up enough because I think you are the most genuine on YouTube, honestly. You are the most down to earth as well. You are just amazing. I love you to bits.
And I
So
definitely
you're
think
one
when we go to Ireland, they two are coming with us.
definitely going to Ireland. I'll be in Ireland next year, girls. I promise you that. You'll be coming to Shannon Retro with us as well. Sure.
God, yeah, that's one of our kind of.
It's on the list. Like
It's on our list. We would love to get on there.
Especially because they're not letting people on. Like we didn't think it would happen.
Yeah, I think
you'll get in.
I think we really want on because of the stories we've heard, and we think it's that it's real. So, I don't know. We don't necessarily want them to make a full blown video out of it. You know, we would just want them for proof for ourselves. You know.
Yeah. So, Andrina, would you like to ask them anything? Because I know you want to.
I would like to ask you, is there anywhere, girls, that you are feeling pulled to go to? Is there somewhere in particular that you are feeling that it's just keeping calling out to you that you need to go back there?
Trying to go through all the, because
I'm trying to think, because we've got many kind of under our belt now. We're like,
I know there's that many. They're on your channel, they're good.
There is a place that we are going back to, which is Tully Castle. Remember?
Yes.
The massacre that happened there, it actually happened on Christmas Eve. So we're going to go, but we're going to go alone on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
The night that the massacre actually happened.
So
see, that'll be interesting, girls, because that show's actually doing it to the right timeline and everything. So they say that there is a ripple when something like that happens.
A person contact with us from the county that's that castle's in.
I'm gonna cough.
So we're just the tea.
No problem.
I'm gonna have some of my zesty drink here. I don't want to left it.
Cheers, girls. Buttons up.
Cheers. So Tully Castle, I think it was actually a woman from that county that the castle's in had told us that apparently it gets really, the activity gets really, really heightened around Christmas Eve and around Christmas and stuff like that. So we were talking about it and we were like, well, we will go back on Christmas Eve and see what the crack is. So
fingers crossed that it doesn't snow.
Well, it's interesting you should say that because a lot of people don't realise this. You'll probably know it, and Gina, you'll probably know it too. A lot of the people into the paranormal will know this. That Christmas was the time of year people would sit around the fire and tell ghost stories.
Yeah.
A lot more than Halloween.
Well, you've got you as well, haven't you, in the witchy calendar? I mean, that opens up all the different witchcraft things. A lot of people go to do rituals and things at Yule.
Yeah.
I'll be really interested, lassies, to see that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Is there anywhere that you feel that you have been to that you just will not ever go back to? You think, no, I'm never going back there again. That was just either too much or not enough.
That's a really good question. That's gonna.
Injury wise, I wouldn't go back to the school because I was injured.
Yeah.
I'll never do that again.
Yeah. I think we're done. But in terms of,
sorry, girls. If you're not finished, don't you go, Nikki? It's all fit, okay?
In terms of
nothing happening,
or maybe too much happening.
I don't think too much has ever happened.
I don't think we've ever got too much from a place that we've gone. No, definitely not going back there.
Yeah.
But I know that we probably have been disappointed at some locations.
Where are you thinking?
I'm thinking of Roe Valley.
Oh,
I was a wee bit disappointed at Roe Valley. Because we got a lot of people saying this, you need to check this out, you need to go here, you need to go there. And I think because of COVID, we were only allowed to stay in the one room. It was during the day. I know ghosts come out or spirits can come out at any time, but we all know they are more prevalent at night, or is that the right
Aye,
word?
of course.
Do you want to know where I'd like to see you go back to? Do you remember you went to that? Is it like a wee shop where everything's made, like handmade and things like that, and you went down into the cellar? I can't remember. I'd like to see you go back there because I didn't think you realised how much activity was running about you until you edited the video. So I'd love to see you go back there.
That was one of the ones that at the time we were kind of going, oh, are we going to get a video out of this? You know, are we?
You actually got a video clip sent to you, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a video clip sent to me of
We
someone.
didn't put it out.
We haven't put it out because it's not our clip.
Right.
But the person, there's a person there by themselves, and they were up in the shop part, and there was a horse rocking by itself, like a rocking horse, and it was rocking back and forth. So
I would really like to
see that. I'd like to see that.
That was interesting because it was shadows and everything, voices and everything all around about you. And I don't think he's realised it at the time, didn't you? Know, he's heard a couple of wee things. I'd like to really see you go back there.
See, that's the thing, though. You could go to like one of the most haunted houses on the planet, right? And nothing might not happen. That's what people don't realise. It's just, with that Ghost Adventurers and the Holzer Files and all that, people don't realise they spend days and days there waiting for something to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Whereas I think we go for an hour or 2 hours, or you know, especially Roe Valley, I think we were only able to be there for like an hour.
An hour it was.
But it was between closing and between the caretaker going home is when we kind of had to fit in. But the caretaker did say to us that he says, "Look, come back at night." He says, "I'll come in."
Yeah.
And
we'd love to do more overnights, like Cumber House was an overnight, because obviously you got more activity the longer you're there.
Stay overnight, yeah,
for sure. There's lots of potential out there for you girls because you are good at it, and people will want you to go to their places because it's advertisements for them as well, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, Derry really is haunted. When you went to Halloween this year, I know it was empty because usually the wall is quite packed, as you said in the videos. And I know you were a wee bit disappointed. Maybe you weren't disappointed that you've got the place to yourself. I don't know. But I do realise that the amount of activity that could potentially be there, because that is a big part of Irish history, isn't it? There's a lot of things happened there. And I would like to see you do all that again, but it was cold looking, wasn't it? It was really cold looking.
Freezing.
Yes, so cold that night.
He's actually lasted a lot more than I would have lasted. You just walked all that as well, didn't you? You just walked.
You're usually sitting in my car with the heater on.
Exactly. You got a hot chocolate and everything as well. So you need to get close to it with Chris. You got a hot chocolate in the car.
I do. You know that I do that. I'm the cameraman. I'm the driver. And I supply hot chocolate and biscuits afterwards.
You're welcome with us anytime then. All it takes is a hot chocolate and a biscuit, and we're anybody's, like, you know.
Well, it's not just any biscuit, it's a Tunnocks tea cake.
I say it was a Tunnocks tea cake. You know, you've got to keep, you know, the heat investigators, they're going out there into the demonic situation. You stay in the car, keep the engine ticking out, you know.
Do you want me to keep going with the questions, Chris, or do you want to
I was going to ask, what's right? I see there was a couple of photos you put on one of your videos with, it's like a castle. I can't mind where it was though. And you taken the first photo and it was a window and there was nothing there. But in the second one you can see like a figure as if it was coming down the stairs. What would you say? Have you ever seen like a full born apparition? Like a man, a woman, a kid?
Not like
shadow.
But like going through footage, we have a video out called Highest House in Derry.
Yeah, the Highest House in Derry.
And we have a shadow figure.
Yeah,
that's right.
That
was actually one of my questions.
That's Tully Castle with the window.
That's it. I seen that and I zoomed up in it and I thought, what's that? Because it looks like the person that's walking, they've got like a mask or something. It looks really weird.
They're walking downstairs, it kind of looks like.
And then it looks like in the last photo they turn and look out the window. It's really odd.
The whole place is locked.
It is.
It's weird.
Kate, I nearly said what it looked like. And it is, it's kind of freaky. When would that be done? Was that like last year, like year before? When was that done? That video?
Year.
Pretty at the start. March,
when was that
April,
done?
was it? April or June?
Yeah,
Around April or June.
April or
I
June,
think.
maybe. Yeah, it was on.
Do you know what it looked like? And it kind of freaked me out actually, because I was sitting the day looking at it, and I zoomed right up because with the iPad you can do it. You can zoom it right up, and it looks like he's got a plague mask on.
A what?
It could have been for
Plague
the
mask.
plague, yeah. It could have
Oh,
Never
I
thought of
wonder-
It
that.
looks like he's got one of the hats, the leather hats that they wore. You know what I'm talking about? It was like the plague mask come out, and then they wore like a leather hat that kind of dropped down, like a kind of weird kind of cowboy. It wasn't like a cowboy, but more kind of just leather that had been hammered. But it looked like a plague mask. That's what it looked like. Was there any like plague there
I don't.
at the
So when it was, that dates back to
Hey
the
Shrimp Shank?
to the plantation of Ulster. So I'm not sure what. I'm so bad.
Yeah,
with-
mhm.
so bad with history. They don't teach us.
I just
They don't teach us Irish history in
plague
school.
doctor.
It's not my
That's
fault.
the same as us, Nick. They don't teach us any Scottish history either. It's
Yeah,
usually
they didn't teach it.
I
Mhm.
think the plantation was 1600s. Somebody, I could be wrong. Please do not quote me. History is not my strong point.
I'll be relaxed. You don't worry about it. If you get your
No,
dates,
it's
that's
chilled out.
fine.
Doesn't
If
matter.
that lines up with the plague. I'm not. When was the?
When was the plague that was in the what was it? Was it the 1500s? Was it not?
Something like that. It was. No, I
Check.
know. Scottish.
Somebody in the
plague
chat. When was the
Uh-huh.
plague?
There's
No, but seriously,
There wasn't
1800s.
there
it's as
before.
if he's
Uh,
wearing something.
Yeah.
Unless it was unless it was armor. It was a castle.
No.
Unless it was armor he was wearing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Eli
what it was.
says never tasted a tea cake. Oh, you need to taste a turnip
Oh.
tea cake, Eli. You have to
My
taste a
God,
turnip
man.
tea cake.
Caitlin, I love tea cakes.
Brilliant, isn't it?
That's it, Drew. When we go to Ireland,
Alright,
we'll
well,
have to
you
fill the back of the
right,
car up with tea cakes.
A food book for Chris, that's it. Get them, go to the pound shop. You get two for £1 or something. I'm fit to
No,
ask
but-
questions.
I'll let you ask in a minute. I'm just curious with that one because when the castle, what age is the castle itself?
I'll Google it.
Hello, Carl.
Right, Google it. Because
Mm.
it did look like it was see the medieval armour that would come down that looked like they had something in their face.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. And when you zoom up in it, I sat and looked at it for ages and I thought, my God, that looks like he's got something on his face.
For sure,
If it's a
definitely.
he or it's a she, it's whatever it is.
Human anyway is or like I don't know. It looked really gaunt to me.
1600s.
1600.
Well, there you go. Well, that'd
Right,
be
so that-
about right then, wouldn't it? Well, about plague time. I mean, plague was different, all different places. Then it re-hit and things, so you don't know.
Aye, so it might have been the plague, or it might have been a coat of arms. It might have been what they wear into battle.
Or they can't
That's
portray themselves to be scary looking. It could have just been that the spirit was trying to look scary and made itself kind of white, you know? You just don't know.
It's
But that'd be
it is a
interesting to
mystery.
go back and maybe ask questions.
Mhm,
Caitlin said I'm on about the Black Plague, right.
mhm.
Say
Mhm.
60 women and children and 15 men. So it was 75 people.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
killed on Christmas Eve.
That's
That'll be
terrible.
interesting when you get back there, girls. I really will be. It'll be good to see that. Do you think you'll go live at it maybe or anything?
We don't know because we can't remember what the signal's like down there. So
Right now,
Right. Well, if you can, you will. I know that.
if we can, we definitely will. Although we don't know if Christmas Eve will be the best time to kind of go live with people getting ready for.
Well, true. True.
But
Well,
yeah,
interesting anyway.
Would you like to ask a question, Drew? She looks
Yes, I
like
would like
she's.
to ask a question, Chris. But one of the people
You got to keep in with the boss, you see.
Do you find that because you're into the paranormal and things, even Caitlin, when you're with Caitlin and things, you feel as if that's all you talk about is like where you can go, what activities, you know, what you can focus on? Because I tend to do that when I'm like talking to Chris and different people. All we talk about is ghost hunting. Do you feel that as well? Because
Well-
you are now into the paranormal, that's what your conversation always goes back to.
Maybe with us, but
Ah.
no, with Caitlin, like it would be YouTube related, but not only paranormal, because she has her
Right.
own channel as well. Shout
That's
out
right.
Caitlin Graydon. So we would talk about her channel as well.
I do find even me and you around the house, we're constantly kind of talking about where we're going to go next
Locations
and what
and
we're
stuff.
going to do.
With us, we would definitely.
And
That's
even,
what you find, isn't it? It's very addictive.
and even
Very addictive.
like he's not on the night. I'm shocked he's not on the night. But I think that's all my daddy talks to me about anymore now. Is
Well, your dad's really keen. He was keen that last time when we were in chat, wasn't he? Your dad likes to.
He loves it. He's a very good supporter of it, and my mom as well. All our family have been brilliant. Like,
Really good.
I did like that. I did like the one of the Rose of the Valley, the workhouse with your father. That was good. I watched that.
That's
was
where
good.
I get my scaredy cat out of. That's where I get my nerves out of.
Kevin, do you hear that? He's no in. He's lucky. He's no in.
It is addictive, though. You must admit, it is addictive, the ghost hunting. When I first got into it and then we started going places, it was.
Going to stick out.
And then I met Danny. Oh my god, he's amazing. And then he tells stuff, and it's like you just want to keep expanding. You want to keep learning. You know, that's what it is. It's just, you just don't want to stop.
I think that we all thrive to see a spirit though with our eye. Do you not feel that's what you want to see? You want to go to a location, you want to see it right in front of you, don't you? You want to just get that proof that it's right there.
We're seeing it through editing, to be honest.
Telling you, something will jump out in you one day.
Well, don't say that. They'll not good filming again.
Well, I'm done.
That's no more.
No,
it's going to happen.
Recognised on the street. You must be quite even in your local town, like your local area. Does people know what you do, and are they starting to say that's NK Hauntings?
Some people stopped us for pictures and stuff.
Good stuff. You deserve it, girl.
It's awesome. It was awesome. It's just I never
something
thought.
We're not going to get used to. Catherine, that's my sister, by the way, Catherine Quigley. She says,
"Hi, Catherine."
Where he's going,
I will make her a mod. There you go. You can post your links to your channels in here, by the way.
Hi, Sarah Jane.
So I've made her a mod, so if she wants to post your link, feel free.
Yeah, we're relaxed here, guys. Post links and things.
Post links, share them out. But honestly, you will see something one day. It's guaranteed. You'll see it, and it's not a prediction for me or anything like that. But honestly, it's happened to even the best ghost hunters out there. I mean, I've watched that Ghost Adventures. It's happened to them. It's going to happen to you eventually.
Times, Nikki, haven't you? You've been like that. It's on touch me and things, haven't you? You've felt as if there's been something like maybe kind of.
I was scratched once, yeah.
Was that not in that cellar place that I was just talking about? Did you not get touched or scratched in that? If I can remember.
Cairn Dew House it was.
The big huge abandoned place.
Yeah. There's Sarah Jane's just asked if we plan to go to Sharon Rectory.
You'll be coming to Sharon Rectory.
Yeah.
Sure. You never know, Emma might let you pop
put a word in for you.
Relaxed, honestly.
I was talking to her the other day. I was talking to her. I'll put a word in fees.
Yeah.
Sarah,
okay. I'll see what I can do.
On all our stuff. She's brilliant.
Bro, good stuff. You deserve all the support in the world, girls. Honest to God.
I really do. People have been so supportive. It's been great. You know, we never kind of thought it would ever be as kind of big as it was for us anyway.
Especially so fast.
Yeah.
Are you convinced now that the spirit does walk among us? I know you were a bit sceptical when you first started your channel. Are you convinced it now?
I was skeptic. I never believed, but then after the Ouija board, that changed.
Right. I think that kind of shocked you, didn't it, Kim? Because you seen your face, you're like, what? And because you were really keen, you weren't keen at first to do the spirit board, and then as the K2 kept saying spirit board or whatever it was flashing up for, you were like, maybe we should do this. So were you shocked that it was active then?
Oh, 100%. The reason I never wanted to do it is because I thought it would be a waste of time. I never thought it would. So I was definitely shocked whenever it actually started working.
Are you tempted to do it again?
At the start, I was like, no, how do we get rid of this board? But curiosity's creeping.
That's it, isn't it? You're like, well, wait a wee minute here. We did make a connection.
I think if we can maybe be more protection about us, we'll more than willing to kind of try it again and hopefully connect with some. You know, I want to talk to a spirit and find out about their life. That's and about what happened to them.
I want to find out about the other side personally.
Yeah, we want to find.
So they are. So they are. That's why I find it intriguing. When I first started doing this, I was kind of borderline. But no, oh my God, the things that I've learned, the things that I've seen, the things that people have told me.
Robert, have you felt him there in the last couple of days?
He's here now.
Is he all right? Maybe you were saying you thought he was away, so has he come back?
No, he's here.
He's here.
I can tell when he's here. The two of them are sitting staring at me like.
That's the spirit that's in his home.
He visits people. See, if I ask him to visit people, we'll come and see you. Do you want to see him?
No, I'm alright. Thanks, not.
I think the dogs wouldn't be happy at that. They wouldn't be up as it is, would they?
I won't be happy at that.
Philip has a question if you want to ask it.
Philip
has a question if you want to ask it.
I will stick it up. I have a wee question. What is the investigation that you were scared the most at? You got an eyebrow there, that means that's
Taking the Ouija board out of it. Are we?
I took the Ouija board out of it because that was
I think everybody was scared, wasn't they?
Probably at the very start, whenever we were more scared, and the door in the Waterside Theatre, we were halfway through saying a prayer, and the door slammed shut.
Yeah.
Maybe that was your kind of first experience, so maybe that was why it was so scary to you.
So scary for me because I work there, and it was a bit too close to home. I think for me, especially when it was only like our first or second. No, it wasn't our first. It was like our third investigation. So I mean,
second, I think, because Maggie Murphy's was third, wasn't it?
We didn't really have a lot of experience as well, and whereas now we're like, oh, there's a bang, what's that? Whereas back then we'd have been like, oh, what's that? So.
I think that's where your channel's so good, but though, because you do get scared, it makes it. I don't know it's bad to say it, but it makes it more interesting when the investigators get scared. To be honest,
it does. It does. There's some funny points, I must admit. When I'm watching your videos up there, the room will blow the lights will from sitting watching. Then you start looking around a bit.
Chris, you should send them to see my sister Catherine, since she's being a pure ass. I want you to send them to see them. No, send them.
Hey, parallel world.
This is Catherine. Okay, so Catherine's been out with us a few times, right? And she's all brave and acts the hard man, but has yet to do like a blind spirit box by herself. Always,
Catherine, they're challenging you, Mrs. They're challenging you.
She always says she'll stay in a room by herself or something like that. She never does. I think in Cumber House she was to stay upstairs by herself, and she never did. So send your ghost friend to see her.
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to or not. That's the thing about him. He only comes now and again. He only comes when I do a live stream. He's a strange person.
Well, you're like now.
It's weird how you can sense him. It's hard to explain because I'm a wee bit.
You can see
I'm a wee bit open.
Chris, I don't know if it's where maybe your lamp's sitting and with your hands or what, but you do see movement behind you, like shadows and things a wee bit.
I know. I'm not moving. There's nothing moving in my room.
Questions, because I fear in case I get a row for Chris.
No, you go.
Is there any where that you wish you had done different? Like, are you thinking, oh, maybe when I went there, we should have did this or we should have did that? Is there anywhere like that you go to?
Aye.
A few places.
Cumber House is our big one that we, as much as we love the people who came with us, and this is nothing against them, but we kind of wish we'd gone with fewer people.
Right.
Just to get more activity.
Just to get more activity. We always find fewer of us there is. If it's just being, we find one, we're probably a wee bit more scared, so we're putting out that energy into the room or into the space, so we're getting a wee bit more response. So I think we weren't as scared that night because we had 3 other people with us. So
big group.
It was a big group.
We'll probably go back and go alone.
Yeah.
Right. That'd be interesting to see. Definitely.
Yeah. We're starting to do some on our own, more on our own now.
Aye, for sure. You are very lucky that you have got a lot. I mean, we're lucky because we've got a lot of castles and a lot of old cemeteries around us.
We can't go to as a team.
Around us, we're stuck in the house.
And I can't take you in the cab because of the lockdown. That's me eating my cakes yourself, you know.
Put her in the room.
I'll go away soon enough, and then we'll be out every other Friday like we used to. We used to go every Friday, didn't we?
Hello,
Friday
Sherry.
Sunday. Yep, Sherry's
Sherry.
Paranormal World Investigators. Or
I Paranormal World Sherry.
Yep.
So that's who owns Witchy Pagan Gems. It's a really good shop, that, guys. You need to check that out.
Where the dog want a cuddle.
Oh, I'm a dog lover. Look at that dog. Oh,
look, he wants to say hello. No, you, Sparkle. You stay with you. She's got jump.
I better not say it. My dog will start barking.
I know.
You can't fit up for it.
You have no room. No room, B.
Oh. Just wants to get involved.
I've got a question for you. Here's an interesting question. Have you ever had anything follow you home?
I think so at the start. Drew, we named him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Named him
Drew?
That's what we were called.
And this is before we met with Rena, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember but you did say that when I interviewed you in my channel, didn't you? You said, well, there's a curious thing is we think we've got a spirit corridor. I remember you saying that. It's interesting though because sorry girls, on you go.
They were with us for about a couple of weeks, and we were hearing noises out in the hallway, and
the TV would turn on.
The TV would turn on. I was in here by myself, and I could have swore Kim had a wild habit a couple of months ago of like pranking me and jumping out and scaring me, right? And I could have swore a couple of times that she was sneaking in along the hallway. And when I went out to catch her first, there was no one there. And the dogs, as Sarah Jane's saying there, the dogs were like would stare up at the ceiling and stuff like that. But
they've done that recently, actually, as well.
They've done that recently, but we done an investigation here in the house, and we got a wee bit of activity, and then after that night, nothing, wasn't it? It was really weird. It all stopped. It was kind of like they'd spent enough time with us, and then like, see you later. That's enough.
Oh, you talk too much. I'm out of here.
Stop asking us questions. What do we do? Look at each other.
So Drew's not been around then, is that right? So you've not heard any noises of that?
When was that? That them two was looking up at the wall?
That was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
So
maybe he made a quick return.
Right.
He
even wants to protect you and things. He's maybe just thought they were really nice girls,
Actually, remember last week we were watching the film and we thought the cat was running around upstairs?
That's right, I forgot about that. Yeah,
we thought the cat was upstairs.
Thought we have a cat as well, and we thought he was upstairs. And it was really loud. And then we like looked over and realised he was sleeping over there. We're like,
I don't think we'll be going to bed tonight, girls. I think we'll be asleep on the couch.
But let's face it. ghosts themselves can't really hurt you, right?
No.
Nah,
Unless you bring something home demonic.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then a lot of people are like, oh, I've got a ghost, I've got a demon in my house, I've got a demon in my house, oh my God. And then they find out it's just a ghost.
Uh-huh.
If
That'd
they
be
had a
nice.
demon in the house, they would know they had a demon in the house because there'd be things flying about everywhere. There'd be blood running down the walls. You know, I mean, I've been learning quite a lot about this stuff. And talking about the Ouija boards again, you ever heard of, everybody's heard of Ed and Lorraine Warren? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Do you know how many Ouija boards they've got? 976.
A lot of people send them Ouija boards, though, don't they?
Yeah. And about 100 of them have came for houses that kids have played
See,
and
that's-
let something in.
Yeah.
And they've went to the house and they've took it.
Mhm. Or
That's
people
the-
send it. I
That's
know.
the only thing I worry about is bringing something.
Have you
But-
ever thought of getting a haunted object and doing an investigation of where
We
a doll or something, right?
We've plans to get a
doll.
a haunted doll.
But we don't know how. We don't know, like, if somebody's just trying to get money and giving us this weird doll, it's not haunted.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How do you
That-
find an actual haunted doll?
I know. And
Oh,
some
they're actually easier than you think. It's surprise you. Because I know somebody that's got one and they want rid of it. Aye.
Well,
Aye. I can get it, put it in a shoebox and send it to you.
send it to
If
me.
you
I'll
would give me it.
and I'll send it to the girls. Uh-huh.
Oh,
That'd be
they don't
interesting,
like
though,
it.
but even just a haunted table or anything, I would just love to just see. Well, people say it all the time. I think that's haunted. That doll's got a spirit in it. But it would be interesting just to really see if to experience it for yourself. You know.
That's exactly why. And then we think it would make some good content for the channel as well, because we could leave a camera recording it overnight and check.
Put
You
it in
never
a
know.
glass case with some salt run about it and things, some protection herbs and things like that, and it can't annoy you when you don't want it.
As long as it doesn't end up like Annabelle or something like that.
You can send it to Lorraine and Ed Warren.
Oh, they're gone now. You're screwed there. You're screwed.
Aye.
Oh,
Well, that Jack Beggins touched our foot, didn't he? And he wasn't right for about 4
Aye.
weeks and things.
But I found out something about that. That it wasn't really
He
the
didn't
doll.
really touch it. Oh, it wasn't the real
No, it
doll?
was a copy.
Oh,
it was a copy.
Interesting.
That's the thing that's going on now. Because see that is it Ed and Lorraine Warren's? It's the guy that's married to
You say
Lorraine
that
Warren's.
because the old doll
Aye.
in the cage looks raggedy and things. And if you think back to
Aye.
that one, it looked a bit new and a bit sparkly, didn't
Yeah,
it?
there's two. See the guy that's see Ed and Lorraine Warren. They had a daughter. Her husband looks after the museum now,
Oh, that's
and
who he is.
that's the guy that
their
broke the doll
son-in-law.
in.
Right.
Yeah.
Aye, but he's got a YouTube channel and he said it out loud. He's got two. A copy. There's a copy that he is in the movie.
Mm-hmm. See, that's not nice. They shouldn't do that. That's like trying to trick the public, isn't it? That's not fair. They should
Aye, but
just
see,
be
Mother,
honest. That's another doll the same, but it's not Annabelle.
Aye, but that Zach Beggins fell out with him. You know that, didn't you? It was all over the Twitter and social media because they fell out because he thought it was the real thing and he had lied. So there you go.
Right. Well, you can't blame him for being a bit peeved off at that then, can you? You know?
Why
I would be peeved off.
Why your friend doesn't want the doll? Like, what's happening?
It's actually a strange one, right? It's actually a family member. What happened was they got it years ago, and it's one of the you kind of you get the I don't know dolls. You kind of how they can blink. You know what I'm talking about? Well, it was actually my niece. Right, she got the doll, and when she was about like 3, and she would sit in the room, and it just looks weird, and you would see it blinking now and again. Anyway, I tell her father, my brother, to get rid of it, and so he put it in a bag, right, and he put it in the shed. The next day, he went out to open the shed door, and it was sitting on top of the old tyres.
Well, they're done bad's happened then. They maybe just want
It's
to talk.
got out the bag. He got out the bag, and then out the box, and then sat on top of the thing. So either somebody's moved it. I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would like to have it, Chris. I would have a wee investigation.
I don't know if they would give me it or no. That's the thing. I've asked them for it
maybe
before.
attached to it.
You know.
Maybe just doesn't want to share that, put that onto anybody else as well.
It's yeah, I mean, it's
interesting to see, but it would be interesting just to see if there was a spirit attached to it, though.
There probably is, because the house that was in, the person that gave them it, our great grandmother, died,
Right.
and I don't know. She's maybe just something's maybe attached itself to it, or something like that. You know, it's I don't know. I don't actually know where they go to be honest.
Right.
It's right. It's quite an old one. I think it's like I think one of the family go to it and gave her it for somewhere.
Right.
So
it
would be nice. I'll ask them. I'll see if they'll give me
it. The last can have it for sure.
And see what I can do with it. But I wouldn't have anything like that in my house. I wouldn't have anything like that in my house. No.
You've never burnt sage before, Red? Well, you must not need it, or you would have to burn it. Believe me.
Christmas presents for Karen.
A few times.
See, it's the thing with eBay. I mean, you go to eBay, and all the haunted dolls. You see the millions of them.
Well,
how do you get they're haunted? That's the thing.
You're getting dolls for 30, 40 pounds and things. Now they're like 100, 200, 300, and you're like, I'm not paying that for a doll. Taking no chances with it. You know, no chance. You could get one for about 40 quid. Now they're just wanting extortionate prices for them. You don't even know.
It's not just dolls, though. You don't need a doll to get a haunted item.
Yeah, I know.
Take something.
I know. Wait, I've got to just quickly go through all these questions to see what one I want to ask next.
Oh, she's getting her book out. I hope you're ready.
This is all the book that actually 30 questions in it. It's the big one that's got about 100.
Really? God, you must do some amount of writing. I'm writing all these places down where you're going next. I'm interested, you know, Cumber House and stuff like that. I'm going to look that place up. But it would be good to go to Ireland. It'd be good because it's a beautiful country. I've got family that stay in Ireland.
We haven't even been the 1 millionth of it, probably, you know.
Yeah.
But you're lucky that way that there's a lot of places around about you that you can focus on first. Is there people approaching you guys and asking you if you want to investigate?
Yeah,
a lot of people with their houses.
Yeah, we're just about.
He's a wee bit wary of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go in and make things worse for anyone.
Yeah, see, there's always that chance, isn't there, that you open up the doorway.
Public liability insurance and stuff like that there, you know. So
we don't have
it.
Well,
it's true, you've got to think of these things, You've got to think of that as well. You maybe want to get in there with an open mind and think you're helping, but it could all go wrong and then you've made it worse. So I do understand that as
I've had people saying to me in my village, would you want to come and investigate my house? Because they know about you, Andrea. Like that, and I'm like,
I know. See,
I don't know. Maybe leave it to now because
you were saying that, weren't we, Chris? You were telling me about a couple of people that you knew that thought the house were haunted. I was like, get me in. But
the thing is, it might just be. It might just. The thing is, it might just be an old man ghost or something like that. It might open a door, and it might be an odd shadow, and then you go in there and then you piss it off because you can. It can happen. You piss them off. They're like,
yeah.
I know.
Done in the poltergeist.
You have to think about it like that, though. And I know people say, "Oh, don't be silly, just go in and see what you get." But you have to really think about these things because, especially if there's kids in the house and maybe even animals, because animals get it really bad. We don't think that the animals are affected, but I watch Sparkle, my dog, some days, and I think these spirits are really annoying her, and I have to tell them, "Look, guys, enough. Stop annoying the dog." You know what I mean? And it's really, you have to think about these things.
Because we can leave, but they still have to live there.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And sometimes you just have to be wary of that. That's it.
Do you ever do any like protection prayers or that before you start doing anything? like an investigation. See, you're going into a haunted castle or haunted woods, or do you ever do a prayer or like a protection kind of prayer thing?
No, we did before the Ouija board, but that was it. Because of
Is that
shut.
It's always a good idea.
That's probably why you do get as much activity, though, girls, is the fact that you don't protect yourselves as much as you maybe should, you know. But I would maybe be a wee bit wary, no going in and protecting yourself. I would maybe start
where we were checking out stuff on your shop, you know, so that we can really get some sort of protection.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just even if you just get something that you wipe your shoes down and things with when you leave a location, like a Willow Paranormal World Investigators on the shop, you will see it, and she'll be able to tell you a wee bit better about it than me. They're her mixes, but even it's like it's like herbs and things that you put on your shoes before you go back in your car. You'll maybe like sprinkle a wee bit at the gate and things, and then when you get to your home, you put another wee bit on your shoes and things, so you're not carrying things. It's a shaming mix that Willow makes, and it's really good. A lot of paranormal investigators are getting it off the show. I would maybe try it. You don't. That's the last thing you want, and because you've got dogs and cats, they will pick on the dogs and cats. Honestly, they will. You maybe don't think they will, but they do. They'll pick on them. And I would maybe just be a wee bit wary of that and get something like that. And they're not expensive, honestly.
No,
we were looking.
We were, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I've been learning the demonology stuff for the last couple of months. I mean, you've no idea what they can do. I mean, they'll infiltrate. They will follow you. It's not just following you. If they see one demon, if they see one weakness in you, they'll attach themselves to you, and then that's it.
Sure.
And if you don't cover your back, you don't.
See, because you're a couple, you're a team, and you're strong that way, that you maybe wouldn't get anything like that because you are quite connected and quite strong together, and they would maybe just wouldn't bother with you. But maybe like somebody like Caitlin that's not got a partner there, where they would maybe attach to her because she
That's
would
what
maybe
they
be vulnerable
the
at that
attack
stage.
folk that have got the attack folk that are alone.
Yeah,
that's what they do. That's their main priority, is causing much harm and as much terribleness to one person as possible.
It's not that. Some of them wait. Some of them will just watch you and wait and wait and wait until like maybe you fall no well, or maybe you're a wee bit vulnerable, you're on a bad date, and that's when they'll pick on you. You know, demons aren't going to perform for YouTube like a lot of the YouTubers tell you. Like, oh, there's a demon here, do this, do that. They won't do that. They'll wait until you're at your most vulnerable moment, and then they'll attack you. So
there was one case. When you go, Drew? When you go?
No, I would just want you to be aware of that, because Ireland really has got like quite a tormented history, you know what I mean, with all the different fight things. So just be a wee bit wary of that, girls. I wouldn't like to see you be attacked, honestly.
Yeah.
See, there was
about recently. Yeah.
Aye, especially when the Ouija board was getting a wee bit wary with you know, you just don't know if that's just sitting in the background waiting till you are vulnerable, you know. Like when you go, Chris, so
I was just going to say there was one case I was reading into, and it was stupid. The guy stayed with his wife, right, and they never had any bother, never. But then he got a job away from home, right, and he went away like weeks on end, then would come back for 2 weeks, then go away for 2 weeks, and every time he went away, things would happen. And they found out it was demonic. It was a demon that he brought back from a building site.
Wow.
That followed him.
Spooky.
I was reading about it. You have to be very careful. That's the only thing I'm very, very wary about when you go ghost hunting.
I mean, remember you went to that place? It was like, what was it? The old place. It was like an old workhouse or something. I can't even remember the name of it, lassies. The old workhouse, wasn't it? I mean, that's got infinite potential for maybe something like a bad spirit being there just in the background because of the turmoil that was there with the workhouse and things like that. I never went back there. I've not seen you back there, have I?
We haven't got under the workhouse.
We get under the Waterside Theatre, which is the grounds of the work.
I mean, you go into the workhouse or that bit, yeah, didn't you? Not.
We have been back because I work there. So I have done there. And I have to say it's not been as active. Maybe Maybe I'm just a wee bit braver now, and that's
That could be what it is, Nick. You just know it's open to it now because you're used to them in there now. You're not seeing it as much. Could be.
Yeah.
It's a really
Or it might-
interesting place for that work, that theatre.
Or it might be the fact that there's, because of the lockdown, there's no many people getting in there, so it's no getting the energies, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
that's a good point actually. There's no one going in and out of that building at all, really. Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
They can't attract
They
to
can't.
you through spell and the aura. That's what Willow's saying. See, I had the consent sphere because, as you know, when you get scared, it gives the spirits energy. So it's obvious that someone's controlling that, and their son just moved up there. You're going. It's inevitable that someone's going to just jump on that energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you know spirit at all.
Oh, I mean, they're
I'm just trying to
they're
chat. guys. That's
sneaky.
what I want to know, everybody.
I'm reading the chat here. I'm just bringing it up.
Have you got any questions, chat, that you want to ask the girls?
Aye, come on. Any questions, guys? Come on, let's ask them. See how you're talking about a live stream at Christmas. That would be good.
That would be, interesting.
There you go, Drew. You could dress up as an elf.
I want to dress up as an elf. Well, you're doing it with me. We've got to be elves. And Chris has got to be Father Christmas.
Oh God, well, you need a big chimney.
Sarah Jane thing. Remember whenever the
The
lift appeared?
on its own. Yeah, it was in my work. The
Lift
lift
appears on its own, right? Where was that?
You have to press the button.
you have to press the button to call the lift obviously down, and I was locking on the keypads beside the lift, and I was punching in the key code to lock up, and it was a Sunday afternoon. Nobody else about in the building because I was locking up, and the next thing I heard the rumble of the lift, and then the doors just came down and opened, and I was like, that's really weird.
Bye, Felicia.
I was like, oh, see you later.
Upstairs, please no.
Oh,
Catherine, they used to be really good.
that's somebody asked what snacks do you take? Food's important. We actually did.
Why?
We bring a packed lunch. You
The
can't
sandwich.
go somewhere and pack lunch. That's
Not anymore, though.
Who's that? Is that Paranormal World? I like to take sweets and biscuits. You need to. You have to become us then, because we've always get sweets and biscuits.
Yeah, she's
and
talking
God
about
knows.
for the spirits, Christopher. She's talking about for the spirits.
They can't eat that. We're investigators. We need our nutrition.
You can have a little. I keep seeing a question that I can't find it again. I was like, that'll be a good tune.
What was it? What was that like? What was it you're going to ask? Obviously, you
I
don't
don't know.
know
I
what it
can't
is.
find it. Wait a minute. I'll find it now. Oh, have you found that once you get a location, see if you've ever been anywhere, the minute you go outside, everything just totally gets back to normal? Do you feel that with the Waterside Theatre or that the minute you step out the front doors, everything just totally changes? The atmosphere, the coldness, or anything.
Definitely.
What was
Everywhere.
everywhere we've been? I have to say,
Just
kind of finished an investigation. The atmosphere it's like a sigh of relief, kind of almost.
Where was the
Right.
one? So I said to you, oh, I feel like someone's in the back seat. Was it Karen too?
Yeah, we were on the way home one night, and you says, I feel like there's something in the back seat with. I can't remember.
I can't remember where it was, but I remember thinking that once.
the energy just wasn't shifting at all.
And it was really, we get always really, after an investigation, we're like really hyped up and stuff like that as well. And then Tully Castle was another one that, now on the opposite of that, was the atmosphere was really nice and bright, and we were taking some B-roll for the video, and then the minute it just started to get dark, the atmosphere just changed. And
Would you ever like to,
felt it
there's somebody
at the exact same time.
Right.
there's somebody asking, would you like to spend the night at a castle?
Tully Castle.
I
Kind of, you all be well. You'll kind of stay if you go Christmas Eve, you know.
I don't know if
Like,
I'll
it's late.
Eve,
next
but
day.
yeah, I have to get up for my dinner then. And
I will try. You don't want to miss out on your Christmas. Look, no chance.
If we got
breakfast in the morning.
I think if we could get in,
I would do an overnight if we got access, but not if we didn't get access.
Right. Nah, because it'd be a bit cold and things as well to stay overnight, wouldn't it?
There's a question. What would you love to experience paranormal
Good
wise?
question, Sarah Jane. Good question.
Good question. You stumped her.
Just to see a spirit would be nice. Just to actually see something infinite with your eye.
I'm telling you, I'll hand to one of these. Jump
From
out
a
in front of you.
I'd like to see something from a distance.
No, I would
Enough
like,
time to run, Nikki. Enough time to run.
I don't think I would ever like to actually see.
Would you?
No.
What about hear? Hear a voice, maybe? Hear it, like
Hear
Stop.
your own ears and things, Nikki.
hear,
Kim, sorry.
your own ears, rather
No.
than no.
Maybe if I say, go and move this chair over to here for concrete
Right,
proof,
right, But
something
no,
like
actually see a spirit, hear a spirit, or get a spirit to touch you or anything. See, I'd like to be touched. I got touched by a wee boy the very first time I went out investigating. It was like we Lanarkshire Paranormal, but there was loads of us, and we were in the gatehouse, the Catlin Bridge Hotel, and you could hear the wee boy spirit coming across the flare. And then I was like, touch me if you're here, and you could feel it, and it was like velvet. It was like as if you did that with a bit of velvet through your hand. It was
I think-
amazing. So I'd like to experience that again.
I think I would like to experience that too, but that's it. Like, touching me, you're not allowed to attach to me in any way. But
Just,
Mhm.
but it was really interesting because you could feel it. It was like that's the only way I can explain it. It was like velvet. When you run your hand back against velvet, that's what it felt like.
yeah.
I would like to see a full blown apparition
I'd love to see a full blown apparition. I must admit that's
with
what
top
I'm
hat and cane. I want to see a person
Me too, Chris. Me
walk
too.
right up to me.
if I wouldn't die with a heart attack, then I would like to see it. But you never know.
I mean,
Well,
everybody's
I
like,
say
oh, I'm
that
no
could be
scared,
the
but
biggest ever, and I would run. I just don't know how I'll react. I'm trying to be big and brave, and I want to see and hear these things, but I could be the worst person out of all, and I'd be running, never do it again. Never turn a
don't you
spirit
worry,
box
Drew.
on.
We'll find a place to lock you in overnight.
Okay. Just as
wouldn't
long as I can get like a wee buzzer or something to let you know I'm scared, I want out.
I tell you, would you ever get into like a really haunted place? I mean, like a demonic haunting. If you knew this
Oh,
place and
famous
demons and
place.
everything, like a famous place, like say, what's the name of that bar? Ghost Adventures went there. It's meant to have
No,
demonic.
I would like, did you ever go anywhere like that place that Haunted Finders done that Tom and that got attacked? Members
What's
man to
that?
get attacked.
Aye.
There's something. What was that called? I can't believe I forgot the
Can't
name of
mind.
that. There's something Arms. Is it Arms? Wait, I've got it in one of my books, I think.
But would you ever go into like a place if you knew there was demonic? Would you go?
All the time, or even East Drive or something? Would you like to go there? The ancient Ram Inn. The ancient Ram Inn. Would you ever want to go to the ancient Ram Inn?
We would love to go.
That house there,
East Drive.
East Drive, I would love to go there, but it's like £800.
It's really expensive.
That's expensive. Maybe
I get the ferry
that
across and we'll take you down.
in the future. Maybe one time save up and dog it in.
We'll save up.
Well, a bunch.
Jump on the Irish ferry, come across to Stranraer, we'll wait and you pick you up.
And
And
we'll
then we'll
walk
go.
in the wee bit under the stairs that they all talk about, the coal shed. You're getting locked in the coal shed, Chris.
Really?
Because you're
Can I
good
can I take
telling us we're getting locked
can I
in
take my
the
tongue
place.
and steak eat from it?
But I find you're
I'd
getting locked
probably
up.
fall asleep.
Places we'd love to go, really haunted places. We'd love to go to this
Mainly in America.
in America. There's a lot of places in America we'd
Aye.
love to go. The Stanley Hotel.
Oh, aye.
That boat as well as the Queen Mary or something. I'd like to go to that. That'd be really good, isn't it? I know America's quite lucky. They've got loads of cool locations too. But you look at cool locations there. I really do think Ireland's full potential, honestly.
We do some great ones.
And we have some great plans for 2020.
We have great plans for
2021.
2021, yeah.
Good stuff. I'm glad.
So they are, as long as the lockdown doesn't end.
I don't always comment because a lot of the times I watch on the TV and I always say I need to go back and comment on their videos and I forget to do it because I watch on the telly. But I do love your channel. I think it's amazing the places that you've got and things. But I really would like to see you get back to that place where it was the cellar. I'd love to see you get back there.
Society
Hopefully.
Street Market.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you get back to that. That was a good location. Because I think it was just because you weren't aware just how much was there until you went home and edited the video. I'd like you to go back and say, right, who was this and who was that?
We're gonna go hopefully kind of around the whole of Ireland in 2021.
Good.
And
They check out
it's
sounds
going
good.
to the year as in video wise weekly. So we've at least 32 videos planned. So
Wow.
That's good. You've got plans. It's amazing that you
We've
can
got
do
plans.
that.
We've got plans
Good
too,
stuff,
haven't we,
girls.
Drew?
What?
Lovely.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
got plans too.
yeah. Well, whenever
just-
you come to Ireland, definitely meet up and we'll take you to all the ones around here anyway.
For sure,
That'd be
but
great.
girls, that'll be first. We're going to England and then we're going to definitely arrange to come to
Aye.
Ireland as well, for sure.
You could come with us to that
Lockdown
Shannon
by with the
Rectory.
flights. Sorry, Chris. I just think once lockdown and that's by with the flights and different things will not be expensive. So I think we will
No.
probably go back and forward.
It's
We
no
just need to
expensive to go on the ferry. It's no expensive. I mean, the last time I was on the ferry, I was 14. It was a first 10, or first 20 gale or something stupid like that. I think it was like a cork.
I've never been off this island, honestly, except for dipping my toes in the sea at Edinburgh and things. But I've never been off this island. No.
Never
I
been
went
on
to
airplane.
Millport. Tell a lie, I went to Millport Island with the school. That was just a 20-minute ferry and back. So, but I'd love to go for sure.
We'd love to
It's
go
been
in Greyfriars is a place that we'd love to go to.
You just have to come to Scotland to come to Greyfriars, honestly. It's such a peaceful place, and then until the darkness hits, and then it just all changes.
I
Honestly,
had a book for Greyfriars. Where is it? I had a book somewhere. Oh, there we go.
It's amazing how
It's
the
got
shift
Greyfriars in
goes
it. Was it Ghostly Tales of Edinburgh and Greyfriars?
I'm going to start reading up on it because I've never wanted to know much about it. I wanted the spirits to tell me. That's what I like with the locations. I like the spirits to tell me, but with Greyfriars, I really do want to study it and see what was what. I might just do that actually.
I'd like to go there.
Skinwalker Ranch would be amazing. You could get for sure. Oh, I'd love to
If I
go
won the
there
Euro
as
Millions,
well.
I'd buy it.
I don't know if we want to own it, but we would buy it.
I would live there. I would live there.
Could build a wee cabin.
I don't think it was a bit of sage, you know.
There's a really haunted cast or house, isn't it? Here in Ireland, it's called Lost Hall. People keep tagging, and it's up for sale, and it's like £2.5 million, and people must think we're really rich because they keep tagging us on it. You know.
Wait a wee minute, you need to get to about 1 million subs before you can start doing that kind of stuff.
But
We just get everybody to donate and buy it.
Yeah, sure, get a Patreon started like all the other YouTubers do. Patreon.
I'm just reading the chat.
That's good. We're lucky. The girls are lucky for Ireland and we're lucky for Scotland. There is places round about everybody that's haunted. You just need to know where to go.
Yeah,
Roslyn Chapel. That's what I'm
Where's
going
that,
to.
Chris? That Ireland or
Roslyn
Scotland?
Chapel. I've never been at Roslyn Chapel, Scotland.
Sorry. I don't know.
Roslyn Chapel. Come on, the Knights Templars, the Holy Grail. That's where it was meant to be kept.
I didn't know that's what it was called, but the Roslyn Chapel.
That's the wrong way. It's this way. Look.
Told you I don't know history. I want spirits to tell me.
Reverse.
Sarah Jane asked any haunted old pubs in Derry. There's actually a few, and we have plans. But obviously with lockdown again, they took a bit of.
That's why we do as much of these podcasts and things, guys, because none of us can really get it. So
yeah,
we're
but
stuck.
Sarah Jane, the Castle Bar in Derry. I don't know if you know it.
We already done.
We already done
720.
the 720, which used to be the original Bradley McLaughlin's funeral home. And
Sharing your likes, girls, and anybody that's not subscribed, go and subscribe to them, okay? Because they really have got a great channel, guys, honestly.
and there's
already subscribed, I know that. Look at the names.
There's a pub in Derry is actually the River Inn as well. And apparently, this is my wee random fact of history that I do know. So the River Inn in the basement there is actually where they took Wolfe Tone before he was executed. So they held him there in the basement of that building before he was taken.
About what energy there then, won't there, knowing that he was done?
There's 2 places in Scotland I want to go. The first place is the Drovers Inn.
Oh, is that in Edinburgh?
No, it's the one next to Loch Lomond.
Right.
It's one of the most... Hey, Living History comes alive. He's got a great channel. It's one of the most haunted pubs in Scotland, and it's meant to have a succubus and an incubus and all that. So it looks like we'll have to pick somebody to live in that room.
Right. Was that not in the paper a couple of weeks ago?
I think so. And then there's the other one. And then there's the other one at Loch Ness. What is it? What's his name? He was a Satanist. He was a Satanist. It's a famous Satanist. Oh, what was his name? His house burnt to the ground. Oh, what was his name? The guy that run the Satanist movement. And do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know, Chris. My mind's terrible for names.
Give me a moment.
I know, but there's lots of locations. I like the castles and the cemeteries and things, but I like the old pubs and things like that as well.
Yeah. We like them because usually they're like sheltered and you can get on out of the rain and like...
Exactly. They're the best ones. For sure. Alistair Crowley.
That's it.
Deb Dobie rescued us.
Thank you, Dobie.
I'm terrible for names, honestly. I'm terrible for it. I forget to remember my name half the time.
Here, Mom.
We're going to let the dogs out.
You have to chat though. It was Crowley and we didn't they? Sorry, girls and boys. We're terrible.
What's that?
We'll say we're
dementia.
Yeah. Dementia. I'm pleading. I'm on nearly 50, you know. 48.
I'm 39. I feel like 125.
It's the time of year.
That is the time of year, but hopefully we'll get out soon. Okay, I mean, we'll get out soon.
Yeah. That's where Wolfe Tone was taken, yeah.
See, that's all like pure Ireland. See, that's what I was saying. Ireland's got such in-depth history. I think Ireland's one of the oldest countries in, like, you know what I mean? Like one of the established. I think it's older than Scotland, to be honest with you. A lot of the locations.
Ireland is. I ken folk that go there their holidays all the time, and I've been there once. Once I've been to Belfast, right? And it's the architecture of that city, and I mean, it's Ireland is a beautiful country. It's like
I didn't realise it was too big until you remember that video he's done. He's actually walked us through the streets. She were walking, but he's kind of fastened it up. I think it was the one with the Derry's wall, was it not?
Yeah, we walked around the walls. I'm being biased because we love here, but I think Derry's a lot nicer than Belfast.
I like Derry too. It's got a lot. That's what I'm saying. I didn't realise Derry was so big until you walked it. I thought that's quite a big city, isn't it? It really is big.
That's only like the centre of the town as well. It's even bigger, you know.
So. It's amazing. I can't wait to get to Derry. Honestly, I can't wait.
I can't wait to go on the ferry again. Any questions, guys, before we end the live stream? This has been a really good live.
He was a demon. No, Anton LaVey, was he a demonologist as well, or was he not just a magician? Can't remember. Red Pant. I don't like saying that. Red Pant. I want to call you Red.
What was his question again? I'm trying to find it.
It's just saying Anthony LaVey. He was like a right famous witchcraft guy, or a right famous.
I think he was. I think he was a demonologist. I think because there's a book written about him. Aye, because I've came across it in my
search. I need to start reading bit more often. I will start reading and getting these things in there.
You need to, you know. But
What's the scariest thing anyone has ever told you? That's a new question.
well, that's a good.
Scariest anyone.
Sarah Jane, do you mean like on location, like, oh, you need to come here because there's a poltergeist, or you need to come here because there's a demon? Is that what you mean for the girls?
There's
I
got to
think
be
that-
rescue.
I think that's maybe what she means. Is like, is there anything
Mm.
something he's told you that's really scary? He's still won't. I think that's maybe what she's trying to say. Like, you need to come here because there's a poltergeist.
A lot of people tell us a lot of things, so I think it's really hard to
Mhm.
keep.
We were told that the Canine was a poltergeist house, and that was kind of the first poltergeist place that we were
Location.
to investigate.
Right.
Like.
I think maybe you would. I think if you heard like come here because there's a demon, you'd be a wee bit. Well, wait a wee minute. I think I'll go here to the local pub first.
Yeah.
Me too. I missed it, but I wouldn't like to go to a demon place either. I wouldn't
Would
like
you not?
that either. Oh, no,
If
really.
you, as
No,
long
if I
as
do,
long as
yeah, not to get more investigations under my belt, Chris.
aye,
You need to build up to these things. You can't just jump straight into locations like that.
as long as you do like a prayer and all that before you get
Aye.
in,
Well,
and you've got
that's the
protection, it's it's only getting an attachment. If you get an attachment, the only thing that's going to help you is a priest or a minister or an exorcist.
I think
That
once
is-
we get a few more locations under our belt and things, we'll start
Mhm.
going to right places that we know about. But I think you have to, like, you can't just jump straight into these things. No chance. Even if you could put all the protection up in the world, but if they want to attach to you, they'll fun wings round about it. I would need somebody like Sherry to help me.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Or
Because
Danny.
I wouldn't for myself. I would need to get another witch to help me because they would just block everything.
It's like mind that time we went up to Glenbuck
Uh-huh.
and you picked up that stone.
I know.
You still
I've
to
got
return
them
that, haven't you?
sitting there. I've still got them there to go back, Chris. I'll never do that again. Never do it again. Guys,
I think she's getting an attachment.
I'll just take them back up. They're sitting out there in that wee dish.
I'm going there. I'm going there on Friday.
Yeah.
So
I'll take them back.
thank you, NK Hauntings. Thank you for coming on tonight. It was really
Yeah.
good. Yes.
I'm going to just put our link in the
I've
comments.
got and listen,
stick it
guys,
in.
subscribe to the girls and turn on the bell because they do put out awesome
Give me a thumbs
videos.
up to you guys.
Aye.
They're really good.
And
And they're
see how
showing us
fun
about
you're
the
than
island of any Irish investigators and everybody that loves
I know.
paranormal need to see some of these places. They're amazing. And it's beautiful locations.
Yeah.
Some of the places are really, really nice. If you like all the old buildings and all the old history of these places.
Definitely a lot of
It's really cool. Ireland's amazing. Can't wait to get there.
There's a link there
See
posted.
any good questions for these girls before we go?
Very good.
Let's see. Once when this video uploads, I'm going to put like a screensaver on it, and I'll put the link to your channel in the description box at the bottom. That way, if anybody watches it back, because I do have people that watch it back, they'll click on it and they'll be able to find your channel. You're fairly getting up in the subscribers. You're nearly at 2,000 subscribers now.
Chris, will you share my link before we do go, please?
Okay. Technology.
Because I do see a couple of you in, I don't think you have got my channel. If you want to subscribe, there's no pressure with me, girls and boys. I don't mind. If you want to subscribe.
Anybody that's in the comments that's from our channel,
to
subscribe to these two as well.
Definitely a lot of people just came with you tonight. Thanks for that. You're all welcome, guys, anytime as well. Try and go live. One is try and go live every night between us, between Age, Madrew's Paranormal, between World History Paranormal. We all try and go live a wee bit every night because there's a lot of people in the world suffering with depression. So we want to be there for people as well. Spend an hour or two with.
This is probably my last live until after Christmas because I've got a lot on. I might do one on Christmas Eve. Right, no, I might just watch your Christmas Eve live.
Well, that's just
because I'm waiting on my new computer coming.
pressured the girls.
We never said it was live.
We never said it was live.
You need to go live. You need to go live. It'll be exciting.
That's the guys, right?
We're actually going live next week. We haven't told
We never actually
told anyone yet, but you've heard it here first. We're going to go live next week, and we're going to do a live randonauting session around. So tune in for that. Because it is actually going to be our last video of the year as well, because we're taking a couple of weeks for Christmas.
Yeah.
So the one that we're filming on Christmas Eve won't actually be out until 2021. So
right. That was something to look forward to anyway. Then
I'll look forward to it. Right. Thank you for coming, everybody. And remember, please check their channel out.
Thanks everybody that came over from our channel.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to talk to you girls. I love you to bits. You're amazing.
These are brilliant.
Really good channel.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.